Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between Angry Korea Man and HurricanE. This game taking place here on Last Refuge. If you guys don't know any of these players, well, they are up-and-coming American players, and it's always great to see just new talent and new names getting into WarCraft 3. Let's go ahead and break things down in this 1v1 matchup as, well, Angry Korea Man, the American Angry Korea Man, spawning as the red human on the top right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, on the bottom left, we have HurricanE spawning as the yellow night elf. Night elf versus human in a 1v1 matchup, and I am expecting to see, well, an archmage versus a keeper of the grove, and perhaps a transition into demon hunter and blood mage. But one of the benefits of watching these lower tier games is that they're not all about min-maxing. There's nothing wrong with min-maxing, but there is something to be said about trying to come up with new strategies and not trying to play the same thing over and over again. If you're always looking to just win, well, HurricanE already throwing me off with the Demon Hunter first, so going that as the first hero, going up against Blood Mage. All right, so my predictions for second heroes were actually first, which still confuses me a little bit as we are getting underway here. So the reason why I mentioned the Blood Mage and the Demon Hunter together is that they seem to counter each other fairly well. The Blood Mage counters the Demon Hunter counters the Blood Mage as normally as second heroes, as you're trying to control that mana burn from that Demon Hunter. If the Demon Hunter is already going to be that primary hero, it is easier to get that hero up to a higher level. And with that, we all remember in years past, and when I'll say 2002 to 2017, where the Demon Hunter was the main primary hero for the Night Elf, how powerful that level 1 or level 3 mana burn could possibly be. In days and days of old, the nightmares and of me and many other players, when the Demon Hunter at level 1 had a 100-point mana burn, at level 2 had a 200-point mana burn, and at level 3 had a 300-point mana burn. Yeah, could you imagine you walk in with a full mana Mountain King, and the Demon Hunter walks up to you, zaps you, costing 75 mana, and no storm bolts, no nothing. All right, those are the days long ago when Blizzard was still patching WarCraft 3 to make it balanced. We'll see what's going to come across here as the Demon Hunter now heads off to the north, looks around and says, what exactly is going on? All right, Blood Mage off on the other side here, waiting to see what's going to happen, and HurricanE going to rush on in here. There is a good number of militia here, and it looks like Angry Korea Man is going to try and go for some sort of expansion attempt. You can see the number of workers that he has over here, 13 workers compared to 16 workers. That's actually really high for HurricanE as well. Are we looking at some sort of expansion attempt? No, instead, a little bit of an audible play here by Angry Korea Man, changing things up, perhaps now going into a tower attempt. Is there a lumber mill? Yes, there is a lumber mill. All right, so Angry Korea Man changing things up, opening up with a Blood Mage, and now pressuring for a lumber mill for a possible tower attempt. The militia are going to be very, very slow coming out across the gate here, as we are now getting a Hunter's Hall Ancient and dual Ancient of Wars as well for triple Ancient of War production. So HurricanE must know something is up here, as the Demon Hunter now running all the way across back. All right, Archer going to be getting in some free damage. What is this Blood Mage really hoping to do? Perhaps shut down some of these additional Ancient of Wars as the Archers show up, and in come the towers. All right, 2 scout towers already down, with a third one perhaps underway here, but the peasants are going to have a very bad time as the footmen already throwing up the fen. Hunter's Hall is down, so Huntresses should be coming in around the corner as one peasant does get taken down. We are looking at more towers being built off to the south here, so this tower attempt, it looks like it will be, well, somewhat successful, as we should be getting Huntresses to try and deal with some of those footmen. Demon Hunter going after units here. Siphon mana actually important, even though it doesn't give anything to actually cast spells except for more siphon mana, because the Demon Hunter will be using Moonwell Juice to replenish mana as well as hit points, and therefore it will make the Demon Hunter easier to take down. That's a little bit of a strange scenario where you're taking away mana so that you are making healing much more difficult, as the scout towers are currently being built off to the north here. More peasants could try to get added here. We're looking at a little bit of damage, more siphon mana. Demon Hunter trying to rush on through Ancient of War right there, and it looks like HurricanE is going to be able to stop this, well, crazy tower attempt straight out of the gate. Footman now just continuing to try and engage. Blood Mage has more mana than he knows what to do with, as the Footmen are still continuing to attack. There is no Dust of Appearance, leaving all of these archers completely hidden, and because of that, it does not open up the Blood Mage to Flame Strike. If that Blood Mage had gotten to level 2, this would have been a very different story, as that Blood Mage's Flame Strike could start laying waste to archers who were trying to be shadow melded as well. Coming back across to the center, Footmen are now still trying to repair all of these peasants, and this early aggression is going to pretty much stall completely and fall flat. Boots of Speed on the Demon Hunter, going to be able to catch up to that Blood Mage with no problem. What's going on here? Are we going to see Boots of Speed as well? Yes, the Blood Mage now looking to and attempting to retreat back, as the, well, Footman may be able to take down. Yes, does take it down. Does give level 2 to the Blood Mage. And now the Blood Mage, what is he doing? Heading back off to the north. Going to try to hide on inside, as taking down that Ancient of War, well, was perhaps a little bit monumental there, as it does give level 2 to the Blood Mage, but he still needs access to some sort of healing. No Arcane Vault, no tech to tier 2, as we are now transitioning into Rifleman. Angry Korea Man heading back, or going to try and regroup with all of these units. Some of those Footmen are low on hit points, and the Demon Hunter has plans for them, and it includes his glaives. All right, getting in some damage. The Footmen may be able to finish off one, if not two, of these units. There goes one. Demon Hunter with Boots of Speed should be able to easily get in front of another Footman there. If he actually got in front... oh, what is this? Lost a little bit line of sight, and the Demon Hunter stopped attacking, and now in comes the other army. This feels like Footman Wars more than anything else, as suddenly a large group of reinforcements show up to the party. All right, are we looking at Flame Strike? We are looking at Flame Strike as that additional ability. Still no healing underway. Town Hall, however, is getting upgraded to tier 2, as is HurricanE's Tree of Life. All right, and this is why I enjoy some well, not top tier plays. You're looking for different styles, different strategies, things that you can implement yourself as your players, something that you can add to your repertoire as a player. Watching Happy, watching Tho, watching Infi, watching the top tier players, their micro is spot on, impeccable, and often perfect. And it is those minute differences that make the game interesting and challenging. But when you try yourself to implement those minute differences, you often find yourself wondering, where did I go wrong? And it's almost like, I would say, using a snowboard that is designed for an expert as a beginner. I just went snowboarding yesterday. I just got a new snowboard anyways. And, you know, if you're used to a specific beginner-friendly snowboard, when you go to that next level snowboard where it expects the rider to know what they are doing, well, it hurts a little bit more. Anyways, coming back around, Flame Strike now coming down. Units are going to go ahead and retreat. Demon Hunter walking through the fire and the flames a little bit more. Siphon mana. Blood Mage now trying to retreat back. It is level 2 Flame Strike, as the tome was picked up back there. All right, Blood Mage could continue to try and get more damage on that Demon Hunter, and, well, perhaps get another Siphon mana off. No Siphon mana off. Instead, just a mana burn instead, as the units are still wandering back and forth. All right, another free Wisp right there to get taken down. Blood Mage, Boots of Cult of Loss, and those Boots of Speed. Wearing boots all day, boots on top of boots. I don't know how he's able to do it. Maybe 1 foot on each. If he gets another Boots of Cult of Loss, well, I don't know. There goes my theory. Anyways, having a little bit of fun with today's cast. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Coming back down around, we are looking at Huntresses and Archers getting trained back up. Tech to tier 2 is nearly done on the south side and on the north side. And then we are looking at a Panda Panda as that second hero for Night Elf is going to be huge, as well, I don't believe we are going to be getting into Spellbreakers to try and cancel that. There is an Arcane Sanctum getting up, but I believe we may be looking at perhaps more Sorceresses and Priest initially, as the Panda and that Breath of Fire could be racking up a large amount of damage. Siphon Mana greatly increasing the coffers of that Blood Mage. He'll want another Siphon Mana here and get as much mana out of that Ogre Magi as possible. There it goes. And then finally, the last Forest Troll High Priest as well, picking up an Ankh of Reincarnation. Down to the south, this is an invisible Demon Hunter, gonna simply run on through, could get an easy mana burn on the Blood Mage at the start of the battle. Meanwhile, the Panda is already at level 2. It opted for Drunken Haze first, as the Drunken Haze increases, decreases the amount of damage your army takes since there's missing, and it slows them down a bit, thereby allowing you to save your units. And it works better if you have a decent sized army backing it up. Breath of Fire, obviously that other ability there, as we're going to see a very, very strong 1-2 punch, as well. There goes a quick detonation. Footman now trying to take down this Ancient of War. A little bit of a choke point here, as the Demon Hunter may be able to come in from the other side. If it actually positioned itself right there, could have perhaps cut off the retreat. There's a Drunken Haze Breath of Fire, and there goes one Footman down. Another Footman could get taken down as well, as, well, one more shot, it gets taken down in the back, and the Demon Hunter has its eyes on a Rifleman, but it may not be able to finish it off. A little bit too much distance. Nope, Demon Hunter doesn't care how far he has to chase, and his own Rifleman actually causing pathing problems. HurricanE gonna be able to get, that Rifleman trying to get away. It looks like one more shot is gonna do it. He does get taken down. Not a denial. The Rifleman perhaps could have, could have been denied a bit, but yeah, it looked as though Angry Korea Man was trying to get pathing onto that Demon Hunter, and a little bit of lag is all that it takes, or perhaps a misclick, not understanding where exactly your units need to go to try and block, and end up blocking yourself. All right, we're looking at a Priest, absorbing quite a bit of damage. Footmen do have defend. Ogre Magi may need to get some Ogre Lord may need to get some Siphon Mana out. There's a Flame Strike. It's going to easily get taken down. Jangle of Endurance Aura should be picked up easily, as well as some Priests are offered to try and get in some heals. All right, firing up onto high ground is always a bit of a dangerous proposition. You shouldn't do that, as you are going to be missing your attacks fairly often. Siphon Mana away from the Ogre Lord now, or Ogre Magi, as that Blood Mage is getting mana up rather quickly, trying to finish off things a little bit more, as the Forest Troll High Priest and Forest Troll Berserker will both get taken down. Blood Mage sitting at level 4, gonna get closer to level 5. And with that, are we going to have a Phoenix on the table? We don't see a second hero yet, and we are looking at that bonus experience that you get for running a solo level hero, even though you are at tier 2. For all of you math geeks out there, that is, I believe, 15%. If I am wrong, you just got to read the comments below, because, you know, everyone, if you're wrong on the internet lets you know, even if you are right. Coming back around, Rifleman gonna go ahead and engage here. Demon Hunter has been keeping close tabs. Bears are waiting for mastery training. That is the reason why we are not yet quite engaging, as we see a Siphon Mana on the Brewmaster. Brewmaster now trying to retreat back here, and what the Blood Mage can do is just start, creating these zones of difficulty for HurricanE being able to easily defend this spot here. Mastery training still needs about another 10 seconds or so, and in that 10 seconds, another Altar of Elders will get taken down. But the Moonwells, perhaps the Moonwells, are the more important thing to try and take out, as those actually represent hit points out here on the battlefield. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire. Oh, what was that? The Flame Strike actually stopped, as the Blood Mage didn't finish casting it. Rifleman going to try and engage here, taking on a couple of wisps. Blood Mage going to go ahead and throw down a Flame Strike there, finally getting it down onto the battlefield, but the Panda is able to get off a good number of Drunken Haze's Breath of Fires to slow things up. Demon Hunter at level 4, trying to pick apart many of these units, as the Blood Mage says, I want some of your mana, and the Demon Hunter says, thank you for your mana, I'm going to burn it off of you instead. All right, Demon Hunter continuing to fight back around. There's another mana burn once more. Demon Hunter really absorbing quite a bit of damage, as Angry Korea Man being forced to retreat. A Priest getting in on the wrong side of the battle now tries to retreat as well. They're going to go back home, as Angry Korea Man going to lick his wounds and figure out what to do next. 48 supply compared to 35. HurricanE and taking this opportunity for a bit of reprieve. Gonna perhaps get level 4 on this Brewmaster very easily. Also allow the Ancient of War to absorb and tank a bit of damage. Let's take a look. These Moonwells all off to the north, still very strong, as we're looking at 48 over 50 supply. HurricanE did lose some important buildings, though, and gonna lose an Ancient of War as well. He does get level 4 on the Brewmaster, which is important. As back off to the north here, we can see that the Blood Mage is still trying to figure out and work up a strategy to get back into this. HurricanE at this point needs to be able to press his advantage and build on his advantage. He has an army size advantage right now, and he also has a hero level advantage in having 2 heroes and a tech advantage. If he can translate that into an expansion or into a larger army, he's going to be that much better for it. All right, waiting for the shockwave. Nope. There's the shockwave right through many of those units here, but there are still plenty of bears out here on the battlefield. Blood Mage using some invisibility tactics and tricks. Do I see some sorceresses? Yes, we do. And do I see a staff of teleportation? No, I don't. So without a staff of teleportation, what is the Blood Mage's strategy here? Getting into a building, you got to plan your exit just as much as you plan your entrance. And there we go. There is a flame strike across multiple buildings right there. Staff of Preservation are pretty much bringing that Demon Hunter all the way back already. Wisp are going to come over and repair, and the Blood Mage simply just going to try and walk all the way back home. Demon Hunter still doesn't have that much mana, and we are looking now at a nearly level 5 Demon Hunter and Panda. Demon Hunter trying to get in front of the Blood Mage, unable to do exactly that. We are looking at the rebuilding of Angry Korea Man's army, and we'll see what HurricanE is going to do to follow this up. He does have an expansion underway, as the main gold mines only have about 5 minutes or 4.5 minutes of mining left. Adept training 43 to 66. Blood Mage is really hoping to try and get to level 6 here, but he is getting absolutely torn apart. Home field advantage. And, well, we may just see HurricanE play a cold and calculating game and siege his opponent. HurricanE knows that the longer this game goes with an economic advantage, as long as his opponent doesn't have an expansion of his own, he'll be able to come out ahead. On top of that, if he can somehow get that last bit of experience for that Demon Hunter and that Panda, those 2 level 5 heroes should be able to overwhelm the level 5 Blood Mage before it gets to level 6. If the Blood Mage is able to get to level 6, well, we're going to start to see a transition back as a Circlet of Nobility being left behind, as there is simply not enough room, and, well, you are the weakest link. Goodbye, destroying that item there. Blood Mage continuing his shenanigans and strategies, trying to put pressure on his opponent's buildings as well. 57 over 70 supply, economic advantage. This Tree of Life is still not yet done. And that is an important thing to note, that those things are not yet done here. Demon Hunter rushing on in here, sees that there is no hero inside this base. Coming back around, we are getting experience. It is a double level up for the Demon Hunter and the Panda. Meanwhile, Flame Strike going after the Goblin Shredder. One more shot should finish it off. There it goes. Goblin Shredder taken down, and that is going to be a big lumber loss for HurricanE. All right, trying to perhaps deal a little bit more damage here. Are we going to be getting in some more flame strikes or anything of that nature? No, it is not. Angry Korea Man just retreating all the way back, trying to be absolutely annoying with his tactics, and gonna get, well, meet and greeted by the Demon Hunter and some Dryads. Dryads with slow poison, trying to get Dance in front as well, adding up a little bit more damage. And what is going to end up happening? Oh, going up to the high ground and expecting perhaps a Goblin Zeppelin, a beautiful fake. It looked like the Blood Mage was going to try and hire a Goblin Zeppelin to try and fly away. And with that, the Dryads actually stopped pursuit, since it felt like it lost line of sight, even though there's a Moonwell up top here. It shouldn't have lost line of sight. but because it did that, it gave enough time for the Blood Mage with his invisibility, or with his, I can't even think clearly, with his boots of speed to be able to escape freely. Now, what is Korea doing? Angry Korean Man is building up a large army, sitting at 60 over 72 supply, and just constantly playing this harassment matchup. 2-0 upgrades, though, and here we are in this fight, ready to go. Flame Strike is going to be absolutely key on all of these bears, as we see a Breath of Fire across multiple units. Blood Mage is in a strange spot. He does not want to reveal himself when he is outside the battle. There's that Flame Strike there, and the bears are trying to walk through the fire and flames, as the Blood Mage needs to be able to double back around. Is he going to get an invisibility? He does get an invisibility. The Dryad's unable to do an AoE dispel magic, as the Abolish magic is a different ability there. There's a quick reveal trying to find where the Blood Mage went, and the Blood Mage says, hey, I'm not there. That's part of the disappearing act. As soon as you lose sight of me, well, I'm going to show up somewhere else. Breath of Fire going across many of those casters. Blood Mage trying to find a way back inside his own base. Siphon Mana taking away much of the Brewmaster's ability to fight, as that Breath of Fire would have done so much damage. And now we see bears starting to get taken down. Breath of Fire trying to blow over many more units. Low hit point Sorceress is getting affected, as well as HurricanE trying to rebuild back up. 66 supply compared to 60. As we could be looking at some more bears getting taken down. There's some more Siphon Mana as well. Slow right there. Blood Mage getting plenty of precious mana, as a Staff of Preservation are saving those trailing bears. Angry Korea Man, knowing how to use this strategy and knowing how to use it well, built a larger army, and now gets level 6 on that Blood Mage. That was an absolute key fight right there, as now, well, the Phoenix is the Druid of the Claw's nightmare. You can see now the Blood Mage is already closer, already on the board and getting closer to level 7, even though level 7 probably will not matter all that much. It's a slightly level faster, higher drain on... Actually, no, I take it back. If Angry Korea Man opts to go for Banish as his level 7 ability, the Phoenix, coupled with Banish on the Blood Mage, will take down those bears and melt them that much more quickly. I believe we're going to see HurricanE transition into Dryads instead to try and deal with this. But what is this? Angry Korea Man pulling what I would consider a happy all-in, bringing Militia to the party. There is an expansion mining off to the north that I do not believe has been scouted as of yet, as the Phoenix is going to be ready to join in on the fight again. Here we are, Scroll of Healing. When you have over, 40 units, that represents over, 4,000 hit points that you can heal very, very easily, as the units are going to try and engage here in just a moment. Orb of Venom right there. Phoenix now being forced to retreat back, as we could be looking into an engagement here. Sorceress slow. Staff of Preservation save. A little bit of damage. Siphon Mana, as the Demon Hunter being forced to retreat back already. Anti-magic potion may be needed, as the Blood Mage going to try and perhaps get in some more Siphon Mana burn. Who's going to get more mana back and forth, as the potion of invulnerability used to try and break that connection. Flame Strike coming through. Bear could end up getting taken down. Rifleman, this is such a good high ground location here, as the Blood Mage is continuing to, now out of mana since it takes a 150 point mana burn. However, we can see that the Phoenix is continuing to go after those bears, as I mentioned, and they are getting taken down extremely quickly. Breath of Fire, it looked as though the Blood Mage was able to get back up to 180 mana in no time flat, as the Staff of Preservation saves that Panda in that front line. Demon Hunter also in the front line. Who's going to save him, as the peasants are all there just absorbing large amounts of damage too. 1 or 2 more shots on that Hippogriff could take it down, as the Phoenix is back out over the air again and again. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire across many Militia. Militia could end up getting taken down, or peasants could get taken down, but they don't represent that much experience. More Spellbreakers continuing to push. 53 supply compared to 41. Level 7 now on the Blood Mage, and it is going to be Banish as that third ability, opening things up. Mana or Fairy Dragon quickly going to get taken down, as the Phoenix wants to back up. He does not want to be in that frontline spot. It could easily get taken down. It gets taken down, but it ends up being denied. Flame Strike countering the Demon Hunter trying to retreat back, and now it is going to end up losing more mana again and again. Meanwhile, there are units off to the north trying to take on a Moonwell, even though that does absolutely nothing or is of no geographic importance so far. All right, Ancient of Lore continuing the fight back here. HurricanE engaging in the fight here. Tree of Eternity gonna get up and walk as well. Flame Strike could cause a little bit of problems, as there is a new Phoenix ready to take its place. The cooldown Well, it was originally cast quite a long time ago, so can't blame the cooldown there. All right, continuing to fight this battle. Drunken Haze from the Panda, trying to finish things off more and more. Demon Hunter trying to chase after more of those, or trying to just be able to retreat back. More Siphon mana from the Bear, coupled with the Phoenix, and this one Druid of the Claw could end up getting taken down. Also, the Brewmaster could get taken down, trying to absorb a little bit of damage. There is a Banish, and now one more attack should finish it off. No, the Phoenix unable to get the attack off as the Brewmaster was able to escape. That burning Phoenix burning fire damage over time, not enough to take down the unit. Heading back off to the north, we are looking at long distance mining, except for this gold mine was never cleared. So long distance mining coming back the other way. We are looking at an economic advantage by HurricanE, but does he know about this expansion? Well, does Angry Korea Man know about this expansion, and is it enough to give him legs? That is the ultimate question. Heading back off to the north, though, Panda unit's going to get ready to engage here. A couple of easy peasants to take down. This is not going to give level 6 to the Brewmaster or the Demon Hunter, which is incredibly important at this point and stage in the game. Let the peasant, come on, you can't let that peasant walk away. Yeah, there, at least get the experience, takes it down, and now looking to perhaps clean things up here. This could turn into a base race scenario. Tree of Life still mining quite a bit. How much does HurricanE have? HurricanE has 600, 700 gold. Angry Korea Man has 1,200 gold and a whole bunch of lumber with nothing to do with it. All right, engagement is going to be absolutely key here. HurricanE going to head down to the south. If I were HurricanE, I would recommend bringing a Wisp down to the south here, down to this side behind here, to be able to start setting up a new Tree of Life after it is initially scouted. Goblin Zeppelin still flying overhead. We are looking at the Phoenix scouting out this expansion off to the north. And what is this? The Wisp are all trying to just run away to every different side of the map. All right, buildings could get taken down. No real bears here. Picking up a Goblin Shredder. That was a beautiful plan by HurricanE to add in more, or bring in more normal damage as well. Wisp could also repair that Goblin Shredder, as I'm sure that is going to be needed. This is going to be a very, very close matchup indeed, as the Phoenix is coming back around. And well, in comes the main army as well. Main building is going to end up being shown. 45 supply compared to 31, as we see. Well, Staff of Preservation bringing the Demon Hunter back over to try and finish off the Phoenix Egg, and it does finish off the Phoenix Egg, giving the Demon Hunter a large amount of experience as well. If the Demon Hunter gets up to level 6, well, we could see Metamorphosis make a drastic impact and change too. Units are still trying to retreat back away. There goes a Wisp. Should not have gone towards Creeps, as the units are now trying to retreat back. All right, Creeps joining in on the battle here to deal some damage onto all of these units. Meanwhile, off to the north, what is this? We see one Moonwell being built there. We see a Goblin Zeppelin here. Where are all of the other Wisps to try and do anything else? There is only one Wisp out onto the battlefield, and that is it. 298 gold. He is perhaps going to need to sell an item or two, and if he sells an item or two, sell the Ankh of Reincarnation at this point, would actually be a good cause, as it would allow you to be able to build a Tree of Life. The Tree of Life would then not reveal where that last Moonwell is off to the north. That is important there. Let's see, that Goblin Zeppelin there. Are we going to see a new Tree of Life? I do not believe so. I don't believe the Demon Hunter is going to try to sell any of his items, as the armies are just trying to reposition. All right, Staff of Preservation back across here. Demon Hunter going to be able to go after some of these units and go after the Phoenix. Finishing the Phoenix is going to be absolutely key as well. Going after the Phoenix could give the Demon Hunter, oh, it's slow. There it goes. Gets a little bit more experience. Demon Hunter going to try and finish off more units again and again. Dryads are showing up. They're going to get taken down, as the Demon Hunter wants to get to level 6 but doesn't seem to be able to do it. Yeah, selling some of those items, that would have been absolutely key as well, as we are looking at, well, one Moonwell off to the north providing a little bit of healing. 45 supply compared to 23. Panda trying to retreat back. Ankh of Reincarnation actually may come in handy now, as he's trying to retreat back once more. Demon Hunter running back off to the north again. Staff of Preservation could try and teleport the Dryads back. Teleporting the Dryads back, well, you need the bear, you need a Panda and a Dryad back. Goblin Zeppelin going to go ahead and pick up what would have been interesting. is if the Panda staffed a preservation to the Zeppelin back and then ended up giving all of these units here. All right, Panda is gonna pick up. No, does not pick up the Goblin Shredder. That is a big loss right there. Breath of Fire. All right, Mana Bird trying to pick off more units. Demon Hunter going after the Blood Mage. Blood Mage could have a very bad time indeed, chasing after still more and more as the Panda is still in that back line trying to figure out what to do. Siphon mana away from the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter perhaps gonna try and mana burn out here. This is not going to work out well. Meanwhile, we could see a Scroll of Town Portal. Yeah, Scroll of Town Portal heading back around perhaps to try and finish things off here as that Tree of Life needs to perhaps eat some other trees in order to regenerate some hit points. There's one Moonwell off to the north here. There is still one Dryad hiding down to the south. There are no more Wisp anywhere available on the map as the Demon Hunter gets banished. That may be the end of the game right there. Demon Hunter getting banished. She's trying to retreat back. There's simply 2 mini buildings left off to the north, even with the Panda's Breath of Fire to try and finish things off. All right, coming back down here, Demon Hunter. What is he going to try and buy? Potion of Invulnerability. Perhaps Scroll of Healing to rejoin in on the battle. There is one Moonwell off to the north. Goblin Zeppelin, gets shot down, and that is going to be the game. Dryads all lost, all dizzy here. Ankh of Reincarnation not going to be enough. There is one building off to the north that still has not been spotted there. That is one building left, and he should end up being revealed in just a little bit. All right, Ankh of Reincarnation back. Both sides fighting their way through. Panda trying to finish things off. Banish onto the Sorceress to try and save her as the units are back off to the north, and Angry Korea Man comes away with the victory. And even though, well, it looked like he was behind for quite some time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.